Everyone, Don and Ash here.
Hello.
Today we're going to be checking out a video that Diablo released just a couple days ago, and that is episode 2 of their Book of Lorath, which is like a lore series that they're doing, narrated by the voice of Lorath. And they, honestly, on Twitter, they actually just released a picture of a bunch more of the voice actors. I want to see actually if I can pull it up and see if the voice actor for Lorath is in there. We got, let's see, Lillith. They released as Caroline Faber. They just released that today because people were wondering. Inarius is Gabe Kunda. Elias, which is Lilith's son, I forget his other name already, is Anthony Howell, and Prava is Deborah Wilson. So we, unless people have already known, I don't know who voices Lorath off the top of my head. I think actually it might have been in the first one in the credits. It might be down in the description actually, but these are so good, honestly. It's Ralph Ineson. There it is. Yeah, so Ralph Ineson does such a good job at voicing Lorath and taking us, like, being our narrator through the story. I didn't think he was actually going to fit the narrator role, and honestly, I scrolled down on these comments on this video, and I saw one that really struck a bell for me, which was it was like a kind of a eureka moment, which they said, I never thought that I would think that like Lorath would be the replacement for like Decker Kane. Decker Kane was always our voice of Diablo, and I am forever mad about the way he died, and I think a lot of people are, and that he didn't need to die and bring him back and such like that. And for a lot of us who are obsessed with Decker Kane just being a part of the story, we don't care what you have to retcon, bring him back. I don't care if he unicorns resurrect him, bring him back. Like, I don't care. No, but it's cool. It's very cool that Lorath has taken up that mantle. And Ralph Ineson does such a good job at it. Like, the voice is incredible. So this one, 8 minutes, we're in for a treat. The first one was so good.
I know. As soon as you said that, I got goosebumps, and I'm like, that is silly, but it's true.
No, it's so good. We are 10 days away from the game for early release, and like 14 or 15 days for regular release. I can't wait. I know you guys can't wait. Thank you so much for the great reception on our previous Diablo video. And I don't know, without further ado, I'm ready to hop into this. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, my excitement is like through the roof.
All right, well, without further ado, let's hop in.
You've returned, and with ale this time. A wise choice for this dark story. The shadows will seem longer when it's done. Before we talk to Anu and Tathamet, the high heavens and the burning hells, and all who reside there, embroiled in the eternal conflict. Now let us speak of the creation of Sanctuary, and our creators, Inarius and Lillith, angel and demon, our father and mother.
I was gonna say, Mom and Dad!
Let's go!
The eternal conflict raged on, endless and all-consuming. Led by the Angiras Council, the angelic forces fought countless battles against the armies of the 7 demon lords, who sought to conquer all of creation. Though the high heavens often defeated their adversaries, they also failed to destroy them, allowing evil to return again and again and again, ceaseless, unrelenting. Both sides claimed victories, both suffered crippling defeats. The conflict was a never-ending slaughter. Many of these battles were fought in Pandemonium, the plane said to be formed from the violent death of Anu and Tathamet, where the heart of creation lay, the mountain-sized artifact that would come to be known as the World Stone, housed within the Pandemonium fortress. Any who control the World Stone would have the power to create new worlds, or unmake them with a thought. A desirable and dangerous prize indeed. It became the focus of the eternal conflict. Over the eons, the Pandemonium fortress changed hands many times. It became a strange place, embodying the warped reality of Pandemonium as a whole, a structural and liminal place, affected by the high heavens and burning hells alike. Angels and demons, too numerous to count, have fallen at its gates, over and over and over again. This endless cycle caused Inarius, advisor to the Angiras Council and under Tyrael's command, to eventually conclude that the war could never be won, and he resolved to abandon it. Elsewhere, Lilith, daughter of hatred, was arriving at a similar conclusion. On her father Mephisto's role in the eternal conflict, Lilith once wrote, "My father is content to fight the same battles and the same foes while everything turns to ashes. The war will never be won so long as he and his brothers lead. There is an end to it, but fools like my father are too blind to see it." Inarius and Lilith, angel and demon. Separated by a vastness in distance and experience that is difficult to comprehend, they came to the same conclusion. They must escape the eternal conflict. I wonder if the cosmos had ever contemplated such an unholy alliance and divine union. I wonder if creation shuddered in horror and awe as Inarius and Lilith gathered others to their cause, fellow renegades seeking escape from the ceaseless fighting. The details of their meeting, like so much of our history, is obscured by the relentless passage of time and myth. But the great heraldic scholar Deckard Cain tells us of Inarius, wounded or marooned in the Pandemonium fortress, meeting with Lilith. Lilith was not spared the hatred of her father Mephisto, and from time immemorial had awaited an opportunity to rebel. For the first time, combatants in the eternal conflict not only set aside their differences, but also formed a union. It's difficult to imagine, but legends tell us that Inarius and Lilith forged an alliance that would alter the course of the war, reality itself, and all of existence. Inarius and Lilith pledged themselves to their joint cause of escaping the eternal conflict. United in purpose, both resourceful and wise in their way, they managed to gain control of the World Stone and hide it from the watchful eyes of the heavens and the hells. Working together, they shifted the World Stone into a pocket dimension, hiding it from the opposing powers of the eternal conflict. There, they used its extraordinary power to shape a new world, a refuge free from war, free from unending strife, a sanctuary. The renegade angels and demons came together to create new life, and the nature of the eternal conflict changed. The joining of the opposing natures within these firstborn made beings unlike any before, beautiful abominations called Nephilim, from which humanity would one day descend as inheritors of both lineages. The birthrights of the firstborn graced them with the potential to resist the evil of the burning hells and to defy the dominion of the high heavens. Because of this, many of the angels and demons who rebelled with Lilith and Inarius feared what these children might become. The burden of children can strain even the strongest of allies, and it seems that angels and demons are not immune to this simple truth. Surely Inarius and Lilith could not have foreseen the cosmic consequences of their actions. Inarius was alarmed when he realized that his children might surpass both angels and demons in potential. The other angels and demons fought fiercely over what should be done, whether to spare the Nephilim or exterminate them. The dissent between the two groups alarmed Inarius, who called for a period of reflection. Lilith, driven into a mad frenzy by the threat of her children's extinction, ruthlessly murdered each and every renegade angel and demon, leaving only Inarius to discover the carnage she had wrought. Horrified by the loss of his comrades at Lilith's hand, Inarius became enraged. But still he could not kill Lilith. Instead, he banished her from the sanctuary they had created together. Inarius then attuned the World Stone to diminish the powers of the Nephilim over time, and disappeared in the aftermath. As their strength faded generation by generation, they came to resemble mortals, no longer angelic or demonic, simply human. And as their power diminished, so too did their collective memory, until only legends of what came before remained. is said that the firstborn remained immortal and undying as humankind took shape, giving rise to the cultures, kingdoms, and tribes of Sanctuary, before themselves fading into myth. Now you know, the birth of our world and our inheritance, demonic and divine, the eternal conflict that rages ceaselessly in each of us. Think on that, young scholar, until we meet again. None of us is above sin or immune to evil's seduction. Even the most righteous may fall, given the right push in the wrong direction.
Cool. So that didn't feel like 8 minutes, and I just want to say, like, we knew all of that, honestly. Like, we knew everything, but it was really cool to just hear Lorath narrate it. Like, I just enjoyed the narration more than anything.
Yeah.
There was more, I think, there was a bit more revealed in the first video, which, again, we knew most of, even though it was, like, vague in our memory, but we knew that from just some random tangent that we had gone on a year or more back of going to Diablo 2 wiki and reading every hyperlink on that website. Yeah, it was a fun time. But yeah, we know about Anu and Tahamet, and we did learn about some new demons in the family tree. I guess we'll call it a family tree because that's essentially what everybody is.
Yeah.
Lucian, which was it's Lilith's brother and Mephisto's son, I guess. And I had no idea he existed. Completely new demon to me in the tree. When did you get birthed,
You're
son?
like, who?
Yeah, absolutely. So back to this one. We knew everything about this one. It was really cool to see like the literally the Falcon Shield video that we just did, which has nothing to do with everyone in Diablo's gonna be like, what? A video that we just watched had the same like style where the paint was coming, like color was coming into the scene.
Yeah.
And then it was just really cool how they did all that. And um, I don't even know how they built the entire story around that one scene where Lilith and Inarius had the Nephilim in front of them.
Yes.
I just wanted to see. The question that kept coming to mind was like, okay, we keep talking about how the Nephilim, and I already knew this. They keep, I guess, devolving essentially in their power and their grandeur, generation over generation. But what did they look like straight from Inarius and Lilith?
Yes.
Because in this, it showed them. I'm just gonna bring it up on screen. It showed the first picture of the humans comes in, and they look like so. So I'm gonna bring it up right there. They look like so. So they do look human, and I'm just like, the story talks about, um, you know, they were like beautiful, but like demonic looking or twisted looking, like I guess
They said like,
amalgamations
yeah,
of the
it
two of
said
them.
a beautiful abomination.
Yeah, it's basically like an angel and a demon together. So I want to know like what the actual first Nephilims looked like. And then I would expect what we're looking at right now on screen to be like generations after that Nephilim that look like the humans, aka Nephilim that we know.
Yeah.
But awesome. I really like this image, and I'm just like, so many more wallpaper goodies. Even just like the one of the world stone here.
Yeah.
Very cool, very abstract. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish that as they do this, I think the thing that would make so many people happy, and I know they've done this. There is an animated series for like the wars. I forget exactly what, maybe it's like the Sin War or I forget exactly what the video is called on YouTube though. But there is an animated series that Blizzard had made for, and you can see like all the angels fighting all the demons, and it's like so sick. The animation style is so sick. They need to put that on. Like, I don't watch TV, but like Netflix, they put it out on a
Somewhere.
network. Like make it a whole thing. Like make
Yeah.
it a show that we can watch because. Woo! Like the lore is great, but
Yeah.
I just think that it would pull so many more people in because the story is fantastic,
I agree.
and not everybody's a super nerd where they care about somebody being like, "Hey, man, you want to learn the story of angels and demons? It's cool."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think a show would be the greatest thing to pull way more people into the franchise because it is just the coolest story.
Yeah, no, hands down. There's so much to discover about Sanctuary, about how it was created, all the different, people and hands involved in having that moment happen. It's just incredible, really.
Yeah.
There's so much to dive into.
Yeah.
And like you can literally sit there for hours if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. Like a lot of people are doing, like we mentioned before, a lot of people are doing lore videos, and diving into lore recently, and I
Yeah.
just love to see it. Big personalities, small personalities, I love to see it. I just wanted to point it out. This was really cool. This, it's a bit painterly style, but it also looks like maybe like pencil crayon to me a bit. And it was just cool that we see this stylistic change as all the line work gets a little bit sharper. It's about to happen. I promise it's about to happen. There we go. That right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, and now everything's just more sharper and more, whatever we're gonna call this style at.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it really gets like, we went from like bold to italicized or something, italics. It was a really cool transition, and I really think that I don't even know, like, this is the coolest thing that they've done in a while for any of the franchises.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next one because I think that the next one will have new information. We all know, because basically all the teaser videos and all the cinematics and everything has been telling us everything in this episode 2 about Lillith and Inarius. So I think this video is more for people who have not been paying any attention.
Yeah,
I-
exactly. It's like to bring y'all up to speed here.
Yes.
Um,
in a very cool, stylized way.
yeah. Again, I think I said this in the last one too. It's so awesome that they've decided to do this because yeah, not everybody is gonna go down the rabbit hole of like forums and wiki video or wiki info pages and that stuff thing.
Well,
It just
not
puts it-
forums, but YouTube videos and
Yeah.
and the at least the wiki page. That
At
wiki
least the
page is
wiki page,
fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah. But this puts it in such a like nice, easy, digestible way for people, and obviously very visually pleasing. Like it's
Hundo
so
P.
beautiful.
Hundo P. So keep it up to all the people over there on the Blizzard team. Let the artists keep doing the art thing and
Yeah.
put all the work out there, because we lap it up. Like I want it all. I want it all. So awesome. 10 days. 10 days till the game comes out. If you guys are looking forward to episode 3, that should actually, if that didn't drop today, because it's been like 5 or 4 days since this one. So if that didn't drop today, I would assume that's coming really soon.
Yeah.
Really soon. I'm wondering how many they're gonna put out. Maybe like 5 total, 4 total. They don't have much more time, right?
Yeah.
Before the
Like,
game's out.
5's a good number.
5, yeah, 5 is a good number to kind of stop at for now. And this is only the start. This is only the start to the tip of the most massive upside down Mount Everest sized iceberg. All the expansions we're gonna get for this. I hope they continue to do this lore series.
Yes.
Even perhaps through different characters' perspectives from different regions. So
Yes.
again, I'm really obsessed with the Amazons, and I recently, when I was playing Diablo 2, I leveled up a Javazon, and Thunder God's Fury, let's go. And no, I just think it would be cool to hear like some, like, I don't want to say the word withered, but battle worn, battle withered, like gray haired. You can still see the blonde in her hair, but like gray haired Amazon.
Yeah.
She's like aged,
Yeah.
and her voice comes in like on like just imagine a grandma's voice, or like just an older kind of aged wisdom
Just full
filled
of-
voice,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And she comes in talking about like, just how prideful the Amazon tribe is, something like that. You guys know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This would be
Like-
cool from like the barbarian's perspective, Amazon, the sorceress, to talk
Yeah.
about the Vigerai clans. Honestly, there's so much they could do.
Yeah.
I'm linking this video to the Blizzard people, right? I'm doing it on
Please.
Twitter.
Please.
100%.
No, yeah, I definitely think like region stories could add like again so much depth to like again. There's so much they could do, so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, region stories would be absolutely sick.
And we could also hear it from the demons. The demons have voices. We know Belial and Asmodan and blah blah blah. They all have voices.
Yes.
It'd be sick to hear the stories of the lesser demons, the lesser primals, and the deceit between each other.
Yes.
That would be
Oh
so
my
sick
God.
to hear how like sinister they'd be telling their story from the perspective about like Belial be like Asmodan and whoever else
That
did.
fool.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. So I would love to know. We're gonna wrap it up there. Would love to know your ideas, and just let us know how much you're gushing, how much you're looking forward to the game, and what topics you'd love them to touch on in this series or future series.
Like 10 days cannot fly by fast enough.
Please. So yes, we are going to be doing, if you guys didn't know, we're going to be doing a co-stream when the game comes out.
Yes.
We're both going to be playing on June 1st. We both got it on pre-order there. And we'll be on Twitch, so check the description down below for our Twitch links, where you'll be able to watch us both at the same time and chat with us both at the same time, so you can
Yes.
see both of our perspective as we journey through the greatest RPG that is ever going to drop.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to follow our journeys and our Diablo related content that we're going to be making lots of, especially my own content, and we make a lot of barbarian videos, tons of barbarian videos at first. Please join us in liking, sharing, and especially subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.